at the bottom. Always with the problem, starting at the bottom, always with the problem. Yeah. Always with the problem, starting at the bottom, life ain't what it seems. Stay up with my house, on posted, chasing after green. Haters constantly wanna say something, silencer, they don't say nothing. 30 rounds, but I space some, I don't play around, don't you think I'm bluffing? Don't play with my money, or you gon' be gone. I've been through the trenches, made it out the barrio. I like to stay lifted, always hella stone. Don't you fuck with my peace on your get. A mí me vale lo que digas de mí, todos saben que no más es envy. I'm a workaholic, I don't fucking sleep, you can never ever defeat me. A mí me vale lo que digas de mí, todos saben que no más es envy. I'm a workaholic, I don't fucking sleep, you can never ever defeat me. Yo soy el jefe, el mero patrón. En pocas palabras, yo soy malandro. El cholo americano que se hizo cabrón. El muchacho siempre fumando. Siempre fumando. El cholo americano. Haters always hate. Haters always hating cause they haven't done the work. A mí me vale verga what you think that I am worth. Pone que me miras en la calle pero tú nunca vas a decir con las pendejadas que tú dijiste de mí. Piensas que soy tonto, el dinero viene pronto. Tranquilo me miras aquí, el 103 lo hace todo. Yo lo hice yo solo, lo quieren hacerlo así. Always on the run, trying to get the bag. No, I'm never dumb, never fucking lag. Competencia no hay para mí. Always on the run, trying to get the bag. No, I'm never dumb, never fucking lag. Competencia no hay para mí. Yo soy el jefe, el mero patrón. En pocas palabras, yo soy malandro. El cholo americano que se hizo cabrón. El muchacho siempre fumando. Siempre fumando. Cholo americano. Yeah.
And let's rock and roll, baby boys. All right, let's do this. You guys know what it is. It is the one and the only, the American Cholo podcast, coming live and direct, broadcasting from North Hollywood, California. Boo was not here. Boo was actually working on his lowrider today. I spoke to him. Don't worry. Boo was doing good. But today we got some groundbreaking stuff going on here today, man. So let me get right into this. Our next guest proudly represents the Bay Area, Daly City to be exact, and has such hits as Once Upon a Time in the Bay, which is a banger, by the way.
Once upon a time in the Mission.
In the Mission, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Bay Area because...
No problem.
It's not that, Gil. You know how it is. And also, of course, has countless 49er anthems.
I'm going to be loved immediately.
Please give a warm welcome to the homie Jose Santana. What's going on, brother?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you for the platform, for the connection. Blessed to be here.
For sure, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Like I said, this is something that, believe it or not, is groundbreaking, man. Having a guy that's from, up north, the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, to be exact. It's a beautiful thing. Like you were saying right now, Latinos Unidos, huh, boy?
That's right. That's right.
So let's get right into this, man. Where were you born and raised at?
I was born in San Francisco. I was raised in Daly City in San Francisco.
Okay. Talk to me a little about Daly City. Talk to me about, how when you were young and growing up.
Well, I grew up in Daly City, and it's a small town. Like here's San Francisco, and then here's Daly City, basically. Like, one foot on that and the other side. So, they have their history as well, right? But through generations and stuff, a lot of healing and things of that nature. But I grew up, my parents, with both parents, blessed to have them working hard. My mom and my dad, they met in the Mission District at this little restaurant called La Palma. Okay. That's still there. My dad was working there. My mom came in there, and she told my dad, "I'll never give you a chance." Now we're 4 kids, grandkids later. You know what I mean? But it was good. There's growing up. My brain was my worst enemy at times.
What do you mean by that?
Well, just hanging with, what do they say, the wrong crowd and everything. But those were my friends, and some of them are still my friends to this day. So was it wrong? To me, it was right. Like we're still homies, But putting myself in situations I shouldn't have, just doing things that, if I was older and I knew what I know now.
If you're a bit wiser.
Yes, exactly. But when you're young, you're dumb and you're gonna do things like that.
You think you know everything. Screw what anybody's telling you.
Yeah, like and nothing's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not always the case, right?
Yeah.
So, do you come from a big family?
Yes, a big family. We're 4, and then there's a bunch of grandkids. But then my dad had like a lot of siblings. My mom had a lot of siblings, a lot of family in Fairfield, San Francisco. Now everybody's moved, in different
you
locations.
start migrating, right?
But no, it's big, yeah. And then we're adding on, and I'm gonna. She doesn't know, but we're gonna have another one soon.
Oh, she doesn't know yet, right?
Yeah.
It's in the calendar where she hasn't
Yeah,
seen it yet.
yeah. A sniper.
A sniper. That's right. So how many kids you got right now?
I have 2.
You have 2.
Yep, I have. She's 7. My daughter is 17.
Okay.
Jaslyn, and then this is my son Alberto.
Oh, beautiful.
And he's
kid.
7.
Beautiful kid, man. That's the future right there.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Yes, it is.
Does he rub off like dad a little bit with the music?
Well, he's going to be way better than me. He already is musically. He plays. I don't know how to play the piano. He got like 10 songs that he knows on the piano. He does rap. He tinkers with the guitar. He loves the drums. So he's already it's oozing out, like And it to me, it's amazing because I didn't I know it's in my DNA, right? And it's easy to say that, but to actually see it happen from such a young age, it's mind blowing to me. Because I didn't teach him any of that.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's just him, just picking up the stuff, working with him. My wife will put him on the instruments and stuff. But to have what he has, it's.
He's a natural.
Yes.
Wow, he's a natural. So you guys do have that blood. I mean, because some people would think Santana, they think it's American me, but no, your Santana comes from Carlos Santana, right?
It does. That's my Theo. My dad and him are brothers.
Oh, your dad and him are brothers.
Yeah, my dad is the oldest.
I was talking to Chris and I was like, this is really his uncle because there's people that would be like, that's my uncle, but that's like the 3rd, 4th, and nobody really knows him.
Oh yeah, I got hella 5th cousins.
Coming out the woodwork.
Yeah. Oh, that's my Theo too. That's pretty,
Yeah, because I saw when you guys were presenting that mural you guys that was done over there. Was it in the Mission?
Yeah, right there by the BART station on 24th.
And how did that come about?
Well, there's a lady named Lisa. She's going to kill me. I can't think of her last name right now. But her and numerous people came together and they wanted to do a tribute to the Santana family because my uncle Carlos and my Tío Memo, he was one of the original members of Suavecito.
Okay.
Guitar for for Suavecito. For Malo, he's the one playing guitar in Suavecito. And so, they were architects of that sound because San Francisco, the Mission District, has a unique sound, and Santana gave birth to that. And then there's a lot of bands that have that sound similar, very similar.
Yes,
all the fusion of different kinds of music that he puts together. So they put it down for decades. So they wanted to do something to give a tribute to them. And then they reached out to my uncle. He brought all his siblings. And then they reached out to me because, that song, Once Upon a Time in the Mission, it's pretty much a dedication to the Santana family, my tios, and for what they did. So I was a surprise guest there. So it's a trip because, my uncle's never seen me rap in front of him, right? So, but I knew I was going to do it. He didn't know. Nobody knew. It was top secret. So, and then I busted out with that song, which is to Jingo, So that's the beat that was used. We flipped it. Shout out to Smiley on the beat for that one. But then I did it, and I blacked out. But my wife was telling me, he was watching, he was smiling, he was bobbing his head, and I seen some footage. So that was a blessing, for them to just recognize my family, because not only are my tios up there and my cousin Salvador, but my abuelito Jose, who I'm named after. Okay. He's up there, my abuelita Josefina.
Yeah, it was. So that's your family up there.
Yeah, that's a trip. You know what I mean?
Now, like, you can see that. Does that little guy know that how special like your family is? Even though everybody's family is special, but there's some that I'm not driving by and see my grandfather or my uncle up there on this big beautiful mural. Does your kid really know like how big your family is music wise?
I think he's starting to understand it. I didn't grasp it growing up, because growing up I was at his concerts all the time. I saw him at Christmas, all the family reunions, and It didn't really dawn, and I'll answer that question, but just to give you an
no,
example.
please, perfect,
But
yes.
it didn't dawn on me until I was probably like 22 years old.
That
Because
long?
I knew he was a rock star.
But you
like,
were just, that's my tío.
yeah, but I was in Italy, okay, and I was at one of the plazas, and it was the plaza where the Americans hang out. And we were just sitting there kicking it, slamming beers, shots, whatever, and all of a sudden Black Magic Woman came on. And then you see all the güeritas like, like moving, like, what I mean? And everybody, you're just moving around, and the whole atmosphere, the ambiance just changed. Everybody just looked relaxed and smiling.
Hypnotized.
And it tripped me out because it took me like 15 hours with a stop to get there from where I live. And 15 hours away in a whole nother continent, my tío comes on, and it just, everybody knew it immediately. As soon as the first guitar licks came on. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So for him, he's been to the concert, and then he's been to my tío's offices where he had him on the guitar and on the drums. Wow. And so I think, for him to see him in front of thousands of people and then to have him by his side, I think as he gets older, it'll dawn on him more. But
that's amazing. But at the same time, it might work in his favor because he's not going to be scared of like big crowds or anything like that. He's going to think this is normal, man. It's normal to be a rock star because, I mean, your uncle's a, world. It's not no state, county. He's known everywhere in the world.
Yeah, there's rock stars. He's like a whatever is bigger than that. He's a whole universe.
He's an icon. He's an icon in music. He really is. I mean, he's been there since 60s, 70s, 80s through the whole thing. And what makes him a great, I think what separates like good musicians from great is they could stand the test of time. Mm-hmm. And he, to this day, is making music, could make music with rappers, could make music with anybody, and it sounds great, man.
Oh, yeah. I agree 1,000%.
So when did you start getting your itch for rapping? When did you kind of know? I mean, well, growing up, what were you bumping out there in the Bay Area?
Believe it or not, I Public Enemy.
Oh,
I had Ice Cube, Death Certificate. That album.
Oh yes, for
that
sure.
album changed my life. Tupac came out, and then Ice Cube and Ice-T are on a song on Tupac's second album. I can't think of the name of it, but on the song, Pac was like, "Let's get along with the Mexicans, and we can all have peace on the sets again."
All right. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, Pac, Ice Cube, RBL Posse in the Bay Area.
Banging. We were bumping that over here like major.
E40, of course.
Of course.
He's like
Too Short.
Jesus out in the Bay Area, more Too Short. Yeah, too. I was just telling my lady, Too Short's been rapping for 40 years.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, whoa.
That's when we get old, huh, boy?
Yeah. So yeah, just pretty much that and things that fall into that category.
Because the Bay Area, it definitely has something special with the sound, and I think it has a lot to do with how much you guys are just intertwined with everybody over there. Would you agree with that?
It's unique, definitely. It's a big melting pot because everybody just gets along with everybody, for the most part, race-wise,
right.
But yeah, it's the hyphy movement came and really put ear visual to what the Bay Area is.
And what exactly is the hyphy movement?
All
right.
You know what I mean? This face and just having a good time, but accelerated.
Right.
You know what I mean?
With
It's
that
just
energy.
like, yeah, exactly. So it brought a lot of the stuff to the forefront, and that tree sprouted a lot of branches with similar things, because now the sound's a little bit different, but there's still high energy stuff that's happening, and then it's nice to tinker with that and put a little Latin flavor on it as well.
Oh yeah, you could definitely feel that, man. So how old were you when you first, I'm sure you probably got in, I don't know if you got in front of the mirror in the bathroom or somewhere and started, because you had to do it by yourself at first, or were you at the party getting high and drunk and saying, all right, I'm gonna rap?
No, you're gonna laugh. So check this out.
I like laughing.
Coming up. We went through a lot of different religions in my household. I believe in God. Where I'm at now, I believe in God, not religion. I believe in God and spirituality.
Sure.
That's where I'm at. But my mother was going to the Jehovah's Witness church for a little bit, okay? So there was one time when they were doing the cantos, I was sitting in the pew, and I had a piece of paper, and I rewrote the whole Vanilla Ice song, Like I just whatever he said, I said the opposite, and I didn't even know what I was doing, right? But just the opposite.
How old are you around this time?
I was probably like 10.
Oh, you're a kid.
Yeah.
All right.
And so that was the first official, like, but I didn't even know it was a rap. And then the first time I wrote a rap knowingly and I knew what I was doing, I was a 7th grader. I seen some dude in science class. He was at his desk bobbing his head. You know, I was like, hey, what are you doing? He was, oh, I'm writing the rap. I said, what the fuck? I could curse on here?
Yeah,
I said, what the fuck are you, what? Let me hear. And then he spit it, and I was like, wait, I'm gonna go home. I came back with like 5 full pages from the beginning of the paper to and that's it. I'm here now because of that.
Really? And that's when you started doing it?
Yeah.
So you're 7th grade. You got your lines in there. Did you like join a group? Did you and a couple guys start doing it?
First, I was solo, and then
What was the first name?
Oh my God!
You had to have a name. I know you know it. You too. You just
Blitz.
Okay, there you go.
BLITZ.
I had to get it out of him.
Yeah, Blitz.
MC Blitz.
Yeah, no, just Blitz.
Oh, just Blitz.
Yeah. I didn't like the MC part.
Okay, so now you're Blitz. Who's Blitz rapping against? Who's Blitz rapping with?
In junior high school, Benjamin Franklin, I was walking around with a radio, and even out of school, like anybody, I had a backpack full of instrumentals, and I was ready to battle. You know, I wanted to freestyle, and then I was in a group called City Products for a little bit, 7th, 8th grade.
Oh, these guys are loving it. Whoever those guys are right now,
Yeah.
They're hating City Products. That was me. Right
Mario Maleza, we're friends on social media.
That's right.
And then in junior high school, I was in a group called 40 Ounce.
All right.
Me and this dude Ronald Pierce, and then just things changed. Various. I was at this my friend Mac D's. We were called Armed and Dangerous. You know, just young and listening to other people and stuff. But yeah, no, it's been a fun ride. It's been fun because to me, music, the rap is pure. It's passion displayed and exercised, and I love to do it. I love writing it. The whole process, recording it.
What inspires you?
Just life in general, just what I'm going through. Also, just like, I mean, I could watch a movie, be inspired by that. But just life, whatever's happening, and then the music comes, and whatever I'm going through at that point in my life is gonna get to the paper. And even if it's not exactly what's happening, the emotion of what I'm going through is gonna make it to the paper, and then into the microphone, and then into your ears, hopefully.
There's a catalyst, and you're like, God, this is gonna get me going. You get going. Do you like? Are you watching a movie and then like, you know what? I gotta go here and write something real quick and just kind of give yourself a cheat sheet or something, or
something. Sometimes like I'll be watching a movie or I could be at the register at the liquor store,
right,
and somebody might say something, you know, and I'll walk out and I'll put it in my notes,
exactly,
you know, and then go back to it later, just throw it in a song.
That's right. Does it also help you, or have you like written songs that help you, like, you know, deal with life, you know, whether it's your pressure, you know, in marriage, family, work, anything like that? Do you also do that?
All of the above.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like I've noticed that with a lot of rappers. It's like your guys' therapy, right?
It is therapeutic for sure.
That's right. Now, I think it's fair to say and your families, you guys are 49er fans, right?
Yes. So in my immediate family, there was 4 of us. One
Chris,
passed away.
Let's cut this interview. Let's get out of here. Let's cut this interview, Chris. That's it. Interview's done, guys. We're not taking any phone calls. We're at.
Hey, man.
I love, homie.
You already. Well, see, there was 4 of us.
There was a lot of 49er fans out here in LA.
Oh, I know. It was packed. We just
Yeah.
I was just at Tom's, and it was packed in there, straight Niner fans. But
There's a lot.
there's 4 of us, right? One passed away. Rest in peace to my brother Alberto. But there was 2 Niner fans and 2 Raider fans. So I'm used to it growing up, you know, the whole time.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it when the Raiders were up there? Did they get more Raider fans out there, or it was kind of the same?
When they came back to Oakland?
Yeah, when they came back to Oakland.
Yeah, no, there's, you know, the Raider, there's a big following.
Raider
Anywhere you
Nation's
go,
huge,
they're
bro.
everywhere.
Yeah, they're
everywhere. I was in Chicago eating at Guy Fieri's little restaurant. I was sitting next to the big homie right there, and then we started talking. He was like, oh, yeah, he had a Dodger jersey on, and I was like, oh, you must be a Ram fan. He was like, nah, homie, and he pulled out his arm, and you can see the big LV, Las Vegas Raiders
He already
tattoo.
got the LV.
Yeah, I said, damn, that was quick.
Yeah, I like to call them probation nation, oh boy. Well, they're stepping their level up now. They're parole nation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but how long have you been a Frisco fan as far as the 49ers?
All my life, that's all I knew, because my older brother Tony, he was a straight Niner fan. So when I grew up, it was already embedded into me.
It's like you guys live, breathe, and die 49ers, oh boy.
It's a passion.
It
definitely
is.
With me, I attach it to growing up, like gatherings, my familia coming over for barbecues, carne asada, everything, everybody slamming beers.
That's right.
In the garage, watching the game on the TV. So I think where my passion developed there was the memories associated with the times spent with family and friends and everybody coming together. So yeah, it's I hold it, but I'm not as passionate as far as like fuck your team and all that anymore. Like when I was younger, I was like,
when you're a knucklehead.
But now it's like, bro, those guys get paid to do what they do.
That's the way I look at it.
You know what I mean? And I love the camaraderie amongst the fans, and I love going to the game. But it's when I was younger, it was a little bit more off the hook.
Yeah, no, it's great to be a fan and be passionate. What kind of sucks sometimes, this goes for any team, how sometimes you can't take your small child to a game because you're afraid that somebody's gonna get all boozed up and start fighting. You're like, dude, I just want to watch a game, right? Maybe the NFL has to have the drunk boozer fight area. All right, guys, you guys want to fight? You guys go over here. This is the family area over here. But I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
But the thing, but we're like conditioned to it because I'm sure for you too. My family's like that shit. If there's a holiday party, a Christmas, oh man, I hope it's so and so no viene, se viene todo bien pedo and start shit
that one guy.
Again. Like ese primo que no, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, hey, you know what? La prima, she had too much. You got to take her.
Yeah. Hey, he's getting that look in his eye. He's getting that look in his eye. Hey man, how you doing? What you mean you want to fight? Whoa, shit. Yeah. We all got that, homie. But I think now it's becoming a little bit less. I think we're becoming a little more mature into it. Hopefully.
I hope. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what inspired you? Because you've got a few 49er anthems, I want to call them, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the first one you did, and who did you work with to do that one, or did you do it by yourself?
The first one I did was Ambitions as a Niner.
Ambitions as a Niner,
we came in strong, right? And it was during the when Mike Singletary became like the interim coach. Everybody was excited, like we're about to turn it around.
Oh yeah,
And I have a good friend, Antonio Arvello, who he's like the mayor of the 49er stuff, man. So
really?
He brought me into it. He goes, bro, you're a dope like musician, rapper, make a Niner song, and they're gonna love you. And I did, and they do. You know what I mean? It's like, so, I was doing that on a regular basis for a while. We did a lot of songs, and I love my Niner family and everything. But, this last year, I kind of just went back to my roots and just to do music how I love to do it and just let life inspire me. Because the Niner, I love it. It's gonna always be there. But I've been more focused on just making music that, how we were speaking earlier, timeless.
Yes.
Trying to do stuff that's timeless and for everyone, because I don't want to make music just for one section of people. I want my music to transcend. I want everybody to feel my music. Of course, everybody's not going to,
right?
But I want it to be universal.
Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in the corner to be, that's the Niner guy, right?
Exactly.
Even though in your city you'll be very loved for that, but
yeah. No, I'm probably still the Niner guy, but I've done what I've done this last year with my Santana Vida album.
Well, talk to us about that album. What inspired it, and what kind of music you got in there?
Well, it's called Santana Vida, and on this album, I really felt like, you know what, my Theo he's embracing me. He's after the mural event.
Yeah.
The mural event happened. There's been collaborations. My primo Salvador, his son, we're working on a lot of stuff together. So, feeling that energy while I was recording, just naturally it became that Santana Vida, and I feel like I kind of give my interpretation of the Santana sound on rap music.
For sure.
And I tried to incorporate a lot of the aspects, like how my Theo and my cousin Salvador do, and where everyone is their own artist. But that's the kind of that's what I went for that album, to give it that sound. Sonically, I wanted to do that.
The whole thing, huh? How many songs you got on that album?
I think there's between, it's either 12, 13, or 14.
You got a favorite?
And right off the bat, my uncle and Salvador are on there, but they're all like my kids, man. I love them all,
That's right.
Shorty, Shawty. Shorty is
about Shorty.
It's a beautiful song. It's like a story about a young girl who was raised in the Mission District, and the things that she had to go through, life was not easy for her at all, from being given up to adoption at a very young age, to being put in different group homes, and to have to find a way with all of that happening. Like, when they say the rose that grew from concrete, to me, that story is about a rose that grew from the concrete, because she ended up getting out of that, took all the dirt and the mud off of the petals, and she was able to go ahead and take the bad and flip it into good. She turned a negative into a positive. To me, that's one of probably my favorite songs.
Now, was that based on someone, or based like on the experience of being at the mission?
It's just, different tales that I wove together from different people.
Now, talk to me. Listen, I'm from down here in Southern California. I've never even been to San Francisco, homie, even though, when I was a young man, I was raised to hate anybody that's from Frisco. Let's keep it real, right? Anybody that's from, like maybe San Jose and up, I don't like those guys because they're from up north. That's just, again, immature, young, and not really knowing who we are as people, right? But, now I'm an older guy. I have family. I have grandkids, You tell me about the mission. Tell me the experience, how that place is.
It's culturally rich with just that Latino energy that for decades. It's changing a little bit now.
It's getting gentrified, I hear.
Yes, it's changing a little bit now, but the heart is still there. And there's gangs, of course, but I mean, what city doesn't have them? It's rare, right. Inner city, and there's conflicts, and not just with Latinos, just any race is going through it. But it's beautiful, and it has its rough aspects to it, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that people within that same neighborhood, of the same color, because of one reason or another, become enemies, and I ask myself, who gains from that? Who gains from me wanting to injure someone that I look similar to? Yeah, so and being a Santana, we can, my uncle, he's not about that. My father, my grandfather, who I'm named after, it's not about that. With his music, it's all about unity. So how can I do anything that's different from that? Like, I have to honor the name. I have to honor the tradition, so I'm not here to perpetuate any kind of hate.
That's right.
I'm here to, I say Latinos Unidos, I mean it, There's things out of my control that I cannot control, but I know how I am and how I want to raise my family. Right. Is just put the energy into the universe that you want to have into return.
Yes, sir.
And that is why we have that song Energia, with my uncle and Salvador on it. Latinos Unidos, we got to set examples. That's in the song. So when this opportunity came here to come here, I love the platform.
What do you think?
Well, I love your platform. Like, I didn't think anything. Like, I think it's dope, Right. And I was like, why not?
That's what's up, homeboy. That's what's up. That's why I said this is groundbreaking, because it'll give other guys from your area or anywhere up north, where they that's how we want to break it down sometimes. Unfortunately, that'll be like, damn, homie went over there. Why shouldn't I? Because I reached out to a lot. To be completely honest with you, I reached out to a lot of guys from up north, and same thing. Hey, homie, how you doing? This and that, because. Same thing. I see a brown man sitting next to me. I see a beautiful family right here. I see your son. I see the future, and the only way we break that cycle is to show them we don't gotta fight one another for what? Because something that happened 50 years ago, we're gonna sit here and continue that? No, as men, we gotta come together and say, all right, man, we were wrong. But a lot of people, it's hard for people to actually, I guess, admit they're wrong. They're fighting for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's I wasn't brought up like actively in that world, but I it's just the decades how you just mentioned, mm-hmm. and just when countries are at war, it takes a long time. When those countries no longer want a war, there's still a lot of history and a lot of injury, not just physically but mentally, yes. and souls being injured, so whenever countries that are at war and they're going to stop, it's not going to be an overnight thing.
Absolutely not. Right.
So it's something that has to be handled delicately, and there's a lot of things behind it. So I just
But this is a great start, though. It really is, brother, and I appreciate you coming through. Now let's talk about this. You're out here in Southern California. What is something that is similar to, I guess, the Bay Area? What's something that's completely different out here in Southern California?
Different are the restaurants for sure, because the last time I was out here a couple of months ago, and I hooked up with my primo Salvador, and he was like, let's go eat at this place. We stayed over there by SoFi, and it was a Mexican place where you could also get sushi. Okay, so
I don't know if that's a top line sushi over there, homeboy.
I did not have the sushi. Okay, I had the fish tacos.
Okay,
the fried. I was like, I don't know how much they can mess that up. So, and then similar is just driving around, just seeing La Raza.
That's right.
we may dress a little bit differently, but we just went to go eat at this restaurant. And when I was in Italy, the people in the kitchen at the Chinese food I went to go eat to, they were all Raza. Okay.
Chinese food in Italy, huh?
Yeah, and it was Mexicans that were the cooks, right? So over here, we just went to a restaurant. I forgot the name of it, but it was one of the best omelets I ever had, right? But just the same things. Restaurants here, restaurants in the Bay, we run it. La Raza runs it, bro.
Yes, for sure.
You know what I mean? I'm going to have a Spanish conversation for sure with the people that are working, the bus boys, the servers.
¿Qué onda, carnal? ¿Cómo estás?
So,
Right?
órale, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I like to bullshit. I like to talk to people when I go by. My wife hates it. She goes, you talk to everybody.
You're a social bug.
Yeah, I am.
You're
my
a social
son, too,
bug.
He's doing the same thing. But yeah, though, definitely. I guess, that's restaurant orientated too, right? But yeah, the restaurants are different because you can find those fusions here. I still maybe there's one now, but in the Bay, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, anybody know a restaurant in the Bay that sells sushi and Mexican food? Let us know, man. Tap in.
Yeah. Tap in with me. Send me a direct message.
Tap in with us. So, what are you doing down here right now? Are you out here in business, or are you out here with just enjoying the family?
I was blessed enough to
Okay.
do both. We went to Universal Studios already, and then
Friday night or what?
No, we went during the day. We wanted to take him to Fright Night, but I don't know if he was going to be able to handle it.
I get scared.
But he's great. But he watches Stranger Things by himself.
Stranger Things. I don't know. Yeah. Well, maybe.
Yeah, it has its parts. But we came to do that. We did some family time, and then I came out here for the Niners. They had an event here, Arvello Productions over at Tom's. So I came and I performed there today too, just
really?
Just to get the crowds and the fan hyped up. And then it just. I believe in everything happens for a reason. I don't believe anything's an accident. And so when I was already meant to come here, and then when Julio said, "Hey, would you want to go on the American Cholo show?" I said, "Yeah, go hook it up. Let's do it. I'll be out there. Let me just make sure we're gonna go."
Right.
Because we didn't book till like the day before we came out here. You know what I mean? That's why it was all up in the air. But when he asked me if I wanted to, I was like, "Yeah, come on, put me on there." He has a lot of people watching. It's a great platform.
That's right. How long you known Julio for? When we say Julio, we're talking about Gold Toes, people.
Oh yeah, I don't really call him.
No, I get it.
Well, I met him. I want to say.
Did you meet him when he had hair or no?
I don't. You know what? I don't think he's. I seen pictures, so I know it's not a myth.
He had a big
pelo el vato, you know what I mean? But it's
shout out to Gold Toes.
Now he looks like the Arm & Hammer guy, or Mr. Clean,
with the white fur coat on.
Yeah.
That was a banger. That song he did right there.
I told him when I seen the picture, I thought that was Rick Ross and Fat Joe. I didn't have my glasses on, and I thought, wait a minute.
Shots fired.
Oh shit, that's him. That's Julio. So I met him after he put out, in between 17 Reasons and 18 with a Bullet. I used to go by the name Tension, and I had an album. My first album came out. It was Lost in the Game, probably like 1998. And then somebody put the CD in his hands, and I went to go see. He had an office on Kearney Street in the city, so I went over there and we talked about doing something. And then we didn't. We just, but we kept running into each other. And then I eventually did some music with him. And we're actually fifth cousins.
Oh, yeah.
We're actually fifth cousins, yeah.
Carlos Santana is my uncle.
Yeah.
He's the fifth cousin you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's been love ever since. I've seen him grow, like from where he was to where he's at now. It's just I've seen a positive switch in him. He's always
for a good while now.
Yeah, I've always gotten positive vibes from him. He's I feel like from when I met him to where he is now, it's like a completely different person, just like the hype he's on and the impact he's trying to make on things as far as being positive.
Right. No, yeah, he's definitely on it. He's one of the good guys, homeboy. He's making some change, and I mean, he's been doing it out there in the Frisco area for a while, as far as doing community stuff and all that. But now he's really tapping in with everybody down here, which is a beautiful thing, man.
Yes, it's getting out there for sure, and I see he's not allowing anything to stop him
Right.
from collaborating with whoever he wants to collaborate
Now,
with.
have you collaborated with anybody from down south, like as far as homies go? And if not, would you?
If everything makes sense, then I'm all for everything, but everything has to make sense.
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting a rap career, fool.
Oh, come on.
All I got is hip hop to the hippie, the hippie. That's
See?
that's all I got. Cause I don't think we're gonna go viral with that one, homeboy. Hey, what? Let's say you got two rappers.
Mm-hmm.
They both are very talented. One makes and one doesn't. Why do you think that is?
Probably the hustle. The hustle, because there's so many things that happen with this rap shit that will deter you. There's a couple of times that I shouldn't have walked away from incidents that happened. Homies ended up in the hospital, stab wounds, shots fired, and I've been blessed enough to come away from that unscathed. So, but things like that happen, but beautiful things happen too. You meet people that say, hey, you know what, that song Suicide Note you had, it changed my life. Like, it stopped me from wanting to do that. So it's just, I think the hustle, the ambition, and a little luck.
And a little luck doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah, and a little bit of luck, because it's not for the faint. People stop all the time. And even people who do everything we just said didn't meet the right person, didn't have the right connect, and then boom, the brick wall, and nothing happened.
Do you also see the thing where a lot of artists believe, I'm going to pay for this feature, and with this one, I'm going to make it?
Oh, yeah. I've been that artist.
Okay. All right. Talk to me when you were that artist, and what were you thinking?
I was thinking, man, so-and-so got a name right now. Get him on this song, and then boom, it's gonna be like magic.
I'm going viral. We're gonna do this.
That's it. I'm gonna be just as big as him. But you got to remember that a lot of the times the people you're collaborating with, they don't want you to be as big as they are.
All right. That's
deep. So
that's deep.
So though, some people will, and I'm not referring to anyone in particular.
You're not starting no beef right now.
But some people, after they do the feature and you've compensated them, you won't hear from them again. You know what I mean? The promotion isn't there. So it's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that can happen. But yeah, that's I've been one of those that. But where we're at now, it's just it doesn't hurt.
Do you think that up and coming artists, it helps them to pay for those features, or should they just keep grinding? In other words, if you can go back, would you pay for that feature or the some of those features that you were talking about, or do you think you would have been better off not even paying for it?
I think going back, certain features I wouldn't have done. I would have taken that money and just invested it in like more promotion or more things to give what I'm doing more exposure.
Right.
Because that's what you're doing it for, right? You're getting the feature for exposure. Well, you could do it depending on what stature that feature is. You could probably just take that money and put it into yourself and do it. I
forgot who it was. They were saying, instead of paying for that feature, tell that artist just post it on his Instagram, because usually they'll do the feature with you, but they won't even post it on their own social media. They did that feature with you, right?
That happens.
That happens a lot. Now, talk to me about envy in the game, man. Envy, jealousy. Have you, without even mentioning names, if it is, have you lost like guys that were close to you worked with, and all of a sudden, like, damn, dude, it's just.
Unfortunately, definitely, yeah. Unfortunately, there's that aspect to it too. That's some reasons people don't make it, but it isn't. It's for you to find out somebody is envious you because you're becoming successful. Well, then they were always envious of you, and they never wanted to see you make it. They wanted you to be right there next to them or below them, but they didn't want you to be above them or for them to feel like you're having more success than them, and you can't bring everybody with you.
You know who that's what I was writing, so I don't forget. I want you to win, but I hope you lose.
Yeah.
Right? That's exactly what I think of when I hear the E40 part. I was like, damn, that makes so much sense. I want you to win, but I hope you lose. It's like those guys like, yeah, it's my boy. I want him to win, but I don't want him to get bigger than me. I don't want him. And it seems like it happens a lot to us in the Latino community. It seems like we find a reason to, instead of support, we find a reason to hate. Am I wrong?
It's big. It's running rampant.
Right?
Yeah.
But have you seen our community getting? I think it's getting better.
Can you
Like
repeat the question?
as far as like the envy and the hate or the support, let's say. I think the support is getting better within our communities.
I hope so. I feel like it is because I'm becoming more picky about who my circle is.
Right.
So I only want to have people around me that are on good energy,
Right.
and that want to bring people together, and that want to be harmonious. And I'm becoming a little better at being able to figure out who those people are, and the ones that I'm not feeling good energy from, I'm becoming more alert and talented at finding out who those are too, and just being able to break away and just be like, you know what? I don't need to be around this person anymore.
You can detect the haters much quicker. Hater. Let's get this
The
guy.
radar, right?
Yeah, the radar.
It's tingling, the spider senses.
Hey, how does it feel? I saw your Instagram, and you were at one of your uncle's concerts, right?
Yes.
Where was that place at?
So he was in the Bay Area in June. He had one show at the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, and then the following night in Concord.
How many people does that hold?
The Shoreline, I believe, 20,000.
Oh, wow. So you were sitting there in front of 20,000 people. Because you performed there.
I did.
Right?
I was blessed enough to go up there. Shout out to my cousin Salvador and my Theo for making that happen. It was a blessing,
Dude, that's
bro.
dope.
Oh yeah, it was besides performing at San Quentin, that was probably one of the biggest shows.
When did you perform? Well, we'll get to Quinn. Let's do this one first. Yeah, we'll get to Quinn.
It was just dope, bro. Like, I knew the day of, my cousin Salvador said, Primo, you're going to go up there. We're going to go up and we're going to rap to Maria Maria on top of everything else, right? I was like, what? So I went up there and, they had one of the security guards come and get me out of my seat.
How was your heart? Honestly.
Dude, the whole time I was just practicing my verse. Like, I'm with my wife, I'm with my kids, everybody that's around me, they're talking to me, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Just going through my verse, like, don't fuck. But it was dope. I went up there and they signaled for me to go, and it was just like everything like was dark. I didn't see the people out there. I looked to my right, I just see this white light, this beacon, and that was where my Theo was standing. I was like, it was real spiritual, bro. It was like I did it, and it just didn't feel like I was there. And then they invited me to come back the next night, so I must have not sucked.
It's like an out-of-body experience.
Yes, exactly.
Really? Was that the first time you were out there on stage with your uncle?
Yes.
That's dope. That's love, brother. That's love, and that's a real deal. I mean, you're out there with Carlos Santana, brother.
Oh yeah, no, that's
shit. That's huge.
That's one of the best in history. Period.
I hope you got some pictures.
Oh yeah, we got footage. We got all of that. Yeah.
So talk to me about the Quentin one.
So that was I want to say that was like 2000. We went up there with the United Players. They're a big organization.
Was that the one with Gotos went up there and
they
recorded?
went? I think they went the following year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were the one of the first that went on there.
So how did that come about?
Well, this gentleman named Rudy, he runs this organization called the United Players. They're a big organization that's about helping the inner city.
Oh, I thought they were pimping or something.
No. The United, no, they're big. They're doing all sorts of positive stuff within the community.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
So they got a hold of somebody that we were working with. They're like, hey, would you guys want to come down and perform? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we got in there. And first they had us like in this room, and then I was like, "Where's the performance at?" They were like, "Oh, it's on the yard." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I said, "Well, how's it gonna be?" They're be right there. So we get out there, we're on stage, and there was just a yellow caution tape separating us from the inmates.
From the cons.
Yeah, and it was crazy because I was with my best friend, 650 Chopper. He was there with me, and you know, we're performing, right? And then we see people from Oakland, fucking, you know what I mean? I seen some Daly City cats that were smoking weed, passing me a joint while we're in there, right?
Oh, shit.
And then my homie Chopper, he went under the barrier and started running through the whole crowd and just high-fiving everybody, and then came back into the stage. But it was dope because afterwards we got to mingle a little bit, and they were like, "Man, you guys are dope. Thank you for coming here and giving us this."
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were like, "You have no idea what this does for us, you know, how this makes us feel." And that blew my mind because they're like the forgottens, you know what I mean? The people that are in there and what they have to go through, you know, it's something I never want to experience,
Right.
you know? And
Well, that's dope because I could imagine that at that, however long the concert went for that portion of the time, they weren't in prison. They were just a bunch of guys sitting at a concert, having a good time, and they got to, you know, feel free from it. That's a beautiful thing you guys did, man.
you said it beautifully.
That's exactly what that was. And was that the last time you guys went up there?
Yes.
Because now it's a little tougher. It's a little tougher to get into the jails and do that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, I haven't I'd jump at the opportunity. It hasn't presented itself, but I haven't gone since.
That's right. So, what you got going on next? You got any shows coming up? Anything that people can go and check you out?
Well, right now, I'm finishing the Santana Vida album is out on all digital platforms right now, Apple, Amazon. I'm working on Santana Vida 2 right now. I'm like six songs into that. I have a video coming out hopefully on either Halloween or Day of the Dead called Dancing with Eternity. And I'm excited about that video because the person playing violin on there is my abuelito, Jose Santana.
No way.
Okay, he passed away,
you
right?
have it from
Unfortunately,
track?
but we have it.
Sorry to hear that.
We have a video of him and my tío where he's playing this
beautiful.
riff, the Bésame Mucho riff.
Oh, okay.
So we ended up giving it to GoldenEye, and GoldenEye he flipped the beat with my grandfather's violin, and we came with that song. And here's the trip. So the name of that song, Dancing with Eternity, I was at my prima's wedding, and we're all sitting at the table. We're at the reception. My prima, my tío Memo's daughter, rest in peace, my tío Memo. And we're sitting at the table. There's one seat open, and then my tío Carlos comes in late, and he's like, oh, he's looking around, and then he goes, he sees my dad, his brother. He goes, oh, hey, Toño, you know. So he comes and sits down. So we're kicking back. Everybody's having drinks and everything. And he goes, you know what, mijo? I go, what's up? He goes, you should do a song called Dancing with Eternity. And I was like, what? And then he started breaking it down, like what? And he started like doing like little chants and stuff.
right.
And he likes rap, bro. He like
Really?
he be saying little
he
lines.
just loves music.
Yeah. But he has like, not all artists at that level, you know, from that era embrace it, but he fully embraces it, right? So he gave me that title. So when I got the violin from my grandfather, I wrote the song, and it only made sense to use the title from my tío on the song with his dad playing violin.
Beautiful.
So I'm excited for that video to come out and to see what his reaction, my primo's reaction, my dad's reaction to that. That's the next thing that's going to come out. And then we want to go to Vegas and finish the video for Energia with my tío. We need to get his part. We have some of it already, but we want to go out there because, you know, he's over there in at the House of Blues.
Okay.
You know, he's doing Mandalay Bay. He has a residency there. So he'll be there in November. If you guys are free, go check it out. It's a dope concert, very intimate.
I bet.
You know, so that's all what's happening right now. Blessed enough to have, like, listening to myself saying that, like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
You know, yeah, those are the things that are happening right
Who
now.
shoots your videos? Because your videos, dude, they're high quality. They look very nice. They're very pro done. Is it the same guy, or do you hire other people to come do them?
Lately I've been working with this dude, Bro Jackson. He's
a shout out,
dope.
that's
Oh
right.
yeah, Bro Jackson. Dope. Wait till you see the demo. I'll show you a little bit before I leave today. I'll show you a little sample, but he's it's like making a movie with him.
Yeah, that's what I see, man. Those are dope.
Mm-hmm.
So with all this stuff, how do you juggle the wife, the baby, the family? How do you do all this?
My wife's my best friend. You know, she's understanding and has a high tolerance for bullshit. You know, but no, I wouldn't be able to do it without them. They inspire me. You know, my wife, my son, my daughter, inspiration right there. You know, and I want to show my son. I want to give him a good example. You know, because I wasn't giving him a good example for a long time. You know, I had a big drinking problem. I had to stop doing that.
Oh, good.
November 1st, I'll have 2 years no
Oh,
alcohol.
congratulations, brother.
You know what I mean?
Congratulations.
And amongst our community, it's real taboo for us to admit, like, you know what, maybe eso no es para mí.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I push that when I can. You know, it's okay to be like, you know what, that's not for me.
Absolutely.
It's not for me. And since I still smoke weed though, but
no, that's fine. No, but some people just can't. Some people just can't. Drink.
Yeah, for me, I can't.
So you were that primo getting drunk and fighting. Let's keep it real.
See?
Let's keep it
Telling
real.
on myself, huh?
That was. I got the same thing, trust. I know. That's right. Hey, that's an accomplishment because that's hard. Did you like just stop from one to the next? Did you
No, multiple tries, bro.
Really?
Multiple tries, yeah. But it's a trip because these last 2 years since I stopped, like, it's amazing the things I've been able to accomplish, being in my own skin and being focused on what it is I'm doing. A year ago, my wife asked me, write a list. What do you want from this music? Like, what are some things you want to accomplish? I go, well, I want to make a song with my Theo for sure. Boom, check. I told her I'd like to perform with him. Check. It happened. Want to get him in the video? Boom, that's happening. It's just so many things are happening. I put together, I feel, the album of my life, Santana Vida, and the next one's going to be even better, I believe, Santana Vida too. But it's just I've been able to stay focused and be my true self, you know, and not be obsessed with you know, fucking waking up hungover, having to fix that, la cruda, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
so it's turned around, and I want to give my son a good example. I don't want him to see his dad like stumbling around the house.
That's what's up, my boy. That's what's up. Yeah, I bet your quality of life has gotten much better.
Definitely.
And the panza goes down too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But I got a sweet tooth.
Oh, that's what it is.
And I like burgers and burritos.
Hey, Chris, let's put the number up there real quick because we're gonna do this one to about 9 o'clock because Mr. Chris he has a party to go to, man. He's gonna go. What are you gonna be, Chris? You gonna be an avatar? He's gonna be an avatar.
Okay.
Let me get the number up there. Let the people get a couple phone calls in because they're gonna say, "Why'd you let him call in?" Go. But yeah, that's a huge accomplishment, man. And that's a beautiful thing you're doing for your family, and it's paying off, homie.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
It's paying off, man. That's dope. So when is that video gonna come out? The one that you're saying?
Either Halloween or Dia de los Muertos.
Oh,
so it's coming. Yeah, I should have, hopefully in my inbox, I should have something to approve before I leave here.
Oh, all right, all right. You heard it here first, baby. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Dancing with Eternity dropping soon. Directed by Bro Jackson, starring Michelle Santana, who's sitting right over there.
Is she in on it too?
Oh yeah, she's in the video. That's Eternity. No,
is she singing or she's just the model in the back?
No, she doesn't sing, but she's my lady of interest in the video.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you're gonna hire no model. It's like you ain't hiring no model over here. Have you ever done those videos where you got a bunch of sexy chicas running around and all that stuff?
Yes.
What did she tell you? Yeah, has it ever been an issue? It had to be an issue. Like,
that's why you only got a one-word answer.
Yeah, that tells it all, right? Oh man. Hey, so let people know where they could find you, and you can tell them right there, brother. Tell them where they could find you.
What's going on, everybody? Jose Santana here, Santana Vida with the American Cholo Latinos Unidos. You can find me on Instagram, 10SION_Santana, or just punch in Jose Santana. You'll see me. Santana Vida, the album cover is just me standing there, and in the back, a portrait of my Theo. That's right there on 19th Street in San Francisco. And that's how you'll find me. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Jose Santana, and all my music is on all digital platforms, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, everything. Jose Santana, I appreciate you in advance. Give it a whirl. I'll guarantee you're going to find something you like on there.
For sure. Yeah, no, as soon as that video drops, send it to me. Or
I will, for sure.
I'll post it on my thing and I'll start pushing it, man.
Thank you, brother.
No, for sure, man. That's dope. So, yeah, usually we go a little bit longer, but Chris, also you came a little bit late, so I got to throw that.
Apologies.
I got to throw that in there. Hold on, let me take this out. That way I don't get nobody. I want to thank you for coming on, homeboy.
Thank you.
I know it's a bit short, and some people say, okay, it's short, but I want to thank you so much for coming on, blessing the platform, telling your story, and I'm already telling you, whenever you are back in town, come on through. We'll chop it up, do it, take a bunch of live phone calls, do a little bit different. But no, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your family coming over here, man.
Thank you, brother.
And blessings to you and your family, carnal.
Appreciate you.
All right. With that being said, Mr. Chris, get us out of here so you can go to your party, man. So blame it on Chris, man.
There it is.
Blame it on the rain. up, homie? Oh man, that was good.
Thank you, brother. We gotta flick it up too before we go.